Hello students, how are we doing? Welcome to Adebanjo channel. Today we'll be focusing on those preparing for junior Waec, that's GSS3. Also in some of this British school they call it year 9. This video is specially made for you. I know my common entrance student will want to try this. I mean, it's good to sharpen your brain also with this. So sit back and relax. So the paper I have before me here is a National Examination Council 2024 Basic Education Certification Examination. We have paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. But we're going to focus on paper 1 today. Even though I don't want the video to be too long, so the paper 1, I will split it into 2 videos. We have in paper 1, we have 60 questions. 60 questions. So I will split it into 2. So we will concentrate on the first 30. Then the next video you're going to see will be the remaining 30, so that you don't stress yourself. I encourage those that feel they're ready to always pause, solve, and play to confirm whether you're right or wrong. And for those that have already watched the video, at some point after a few days, you can repeat the same process by pausing, solve, and confirm whether you're right or wrong. Join me as we go through the first 30. Our lesson objective is the best approach to answer Mathematics 2024 Bece, Junior Waec, paper 1, and then focus will be on question 1 to 30. Let's go. Question 1, they said express in standard form. Standard form comes with 1 digit followed by decimal point and the rest. So to move the decimal point from here, 1, 2, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you move it 5 times. So this is where the decimal point is. So you have 3.679 times 10 raised to 5. How many times did you move it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are you moving? The decimal point. So this is your answer. And if you check all the options, you have option B standing out. And that is it as regards question 1. Very easy, right? Express this decimal in standard form. The same approach. You're going to move the decimal point to the front of the first non-zero digits. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is where the decimal point will be. So you have 7.823 times 10 raised to 5. Because the number is less than 1, then it's going to attract a negative number. So how many times did you move it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget what you're moving is a decimal point. So our answer to this question is C. Question 3. Simplify. Like I always tell my students, when it comes to simplify a decimal number, make sure the denominator is always whole number. So my focus is to make a denominator whole number by moving the decimal point. How many times? 1 and 2. So look for anywhere to move it at the top 2. 1, 2. So what you have now is the decimal point is here. So you have 1.2 times 0.00. I mean 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 409 over 6. Then 6 here 1, 6 in 12 is 2. So therefore 6 in 1.2 will give you 0.2. And you have 0.2 has 1 dp. 1 dp. While 0.00009 has how many dp? That's 5 dp. So just focus on the number which is 2 times 9, that will give you 18. And the 1 dp plus the 5 dp, that will give you how many dp? 6 dp. So I'm going to move it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0, 0, 0, 0, and there's a decimal point. Close it up. So ideally, this is my answer. But because the question asks for us to leave an answer in standard form, so you're going to take it to the front of the first non-zero digits, which is this position. So count the number of times you move the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 1.8 times 10 raised to power a negative 5. So your answer is D. Moving on to question 4, a very direct question. You're adding whole number to a fraction. Just add the whole number. So this is 2, this is 5. So when you add it together, you have 7, 1 over 2. And the left it in improper fraction. So 2 times 7, 14 plus 1, you have 15 over 2. And that is your answer, option A. Moving on to question 5. We have simplifying to mixed fraction. So deal with the whole number first. 5 minus 3, you have 2. Then you find the LCM of 3 and 4. That will give you 12. 12 divided by 3, that is 4. 4 times 2, that is 8. Minus 12 divided by 4, that is 3 times 1, you have 3. And you have two whole number, 5 minus 3, 8 minus 3, that will give you 5 out of 12. Again, the left it as improper fraction. So change it to improper. 12 times 2, that's 24. 24 plus 5, that will give you 29 out of 12. And the answer is A. Moving on to question 6. Simplify. When you see more than one sign, remember board mass. And then in board mass, division comes first, followed by multiplication. But you know how to change division to multiplication by doing KCF. So before you start, since the two operations is multiplication and division, and when it comes to multiplication and division, we only work with either proper fraction or improper. So change all the mix to improper. 2 times 2, 4 plus 3, that's 7. So you have 7 out of 2 times 5 times 1, 5 plus 3, you have 8 out of 5 divided by 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, that's 7 out of 5. Then you can do your KCF here, which means keep the 8 over 5, you change the sign, which is division to multiplication, then you flip the 7 over 5 to 5 over 7. So you have a 7 over 2 times keep 8 over 5, change the sign to multiplication, flip, that's 5 over 7. Then keep reducing. 5 can go in 5, 1. 7 can go in 7, 1. So you have 1. So you have 4. And your answer is what? 4. B is our answer. Moving on to question 7, simplify. Board mass, like I said, when you have more than one sign, so we have a bracket. So we'll keep repeating this until we're done with what is in the bracket. So here we have 5, 1 over 4 minus open bracket. In the bracket, there is no whole number in the second fraction. So you say I have 1 whole, LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. 6 divided by 3, you have 2 times 2, you have 4 minus 6 divided by 2, 3 times 1, that's 3. Still repeat 5 over 1 over 4 until you're done with the bracket. By now we're done with the bracket because 4 minus 3 is 1 out of 6. Now continue with the same process. Subtract the whole number. 5 minus 1, you have 4. LCM of 4 and 6, that is 12. 12 divided by 4, that's 3 times 1. 3 minus 12 divided by 6, that is 2 times 1, that's 2. And we have 4 number. 3 minus 2, you have 1 out of 12. So your answer is 4 number, 1 over 12, that's C. Question 8. Convert 1.625 into a mixed fraction. So what is important is for you to separate the whole number, which is 1 plus 0.625. So focus on this because all of them have 1, 1, 1, so you don't need to carry this one along. When you just finish, you know you have to put it back. So if I want to change this to fraction, I have 625 out of decimal point as 1, then the 3 digits after decimal point as 0, so over 1000. If you know your 25 times table, you know 25 times 25 will give you 625. So I can use 25 to divide, which will give me 25 times. 25 in 100 will give me 4, and in 0 will give me 0. So 5 can still go again. 5 here, you have 5. 5 here, you have 8. And don't forget to bring down your 1. So you have 1 on number 5 over 8. And that is the answer, option E. Alright, moving on to question 9. What is the square of 27? Square of 27 meaning you should square 27. And the meaning of that is to repeat the number again, multiply by itself. So we have 27 times 27. 7 times 7, 49. And then on exam day, I know the answer cannot be all of this. Why? Because my first answer end with 9. So your answer is either C or E. But let's keep going. Again, I said 7 times 7, 49. So I have 4. 7 times 2, that's 14 plus 4, that's 18. 2 times 7, that's 14. Carry 1. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, that's 5. And you have 9. This will give you 12. Carry 1, and that will give you 7. So our answer is option E. Moving on to question 10. Find the smallest number by which 60 must be multiplied to be a perfect square. So all you do with such question is to divide by prime number. That's all. 2 in 60 you have 30. 2 in 30 you have 15. And 3 can go, you have 5. 5 also can go, you have 1. So this is a perfect square because you can pair them. But this guy cannot be paired, so you need 1 3. You also need 1 5 to pair them. So meaning what you need to make 60 a part to multiply with 60 to get a perfect square is 3 times what? 5. And that will give you 15. So your answer is E. Question 11. Divide the LCM by the HCF. Alright, so for exam sake, I am going to focus on the HCF. I think it's better that way. So don't forget the question is LCM divided by HCF. And I said I want to focus on HCF. 2 can go. That is 18. And this is what? 36. And this is 7 and 2. I think 2 can still go. HCF is you're using a number that you know can go in the tree giving numbers. 2 can still go again. That's 9. 2 can go here. You have 18. 2 can go in 72. That's 36 times. Now 2 can go in 18, but 2 cannot go in 9. So I can't use 2 if I'm dealing with what? HCF. I have to check what can go. I'll move to the next prime number. 3 can go. 3 here you have 3. 3 in 18 you have 6. 3 in 36 you have 1 and 2. That's 12. Now if you check it again, 3 can still go. 3 here you have 1. 3 here you have 2. 3 here you have 4. Now no other factors, no other prime can go in all the numbers. So you have found your HCF to be 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Now I will continue to find my what? LCM. So I can see that 2 can still go 1, 1, and 2. And the last 2, 1, 1, 1. So my LCM is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. So what have you noticed? The whole of this, cancel the whole of this. So you're left with 2 times 2, and that will give you 4. It's as cheap as that. A lot of people will multiply, get a bigger number. That's a waste of time. Leave it as a product of prime factor so that you can see what can cancel out easily without stress. Question 12. HCF. 18, 40, and 48. Alright, start with 2 because they all end with an even number. So 2 in 18 you have 9. 2 in 40 you have 20. 2 in 4, 2 in 8 is 4. Now 2 can go in 20 and 24, but 2 cannot go in 9. And because 3 can go in 9 and 24, but 3 cannot go in 20. So obviously the HCF is just 2. So our answer is A. Moving on to question 13. The HCF of 48, X, and 88 is 8. Alright, without wasting time, you work from the option and this question when it comes to finding X. Because the HCF is 8, which is highest common. So the number must be divisible by 8. So it's a direct answer, which is what? A. because 56 is divisible by 8. And if you look at the rest, they are not divisible by 8, so you can cancel them out. Not divisible by 8. Am I communicating? I guess so. Let's keep going. Don't forget, we pick A because it's divisible by 8, while the rest are not divisible by 8. Number 14. Alright, express this in the form of A over B, just as a fraction in its lowest form. So that's 25. Then move the decimal point to the front of 5. How many times is that? 1, 2, 3. So you have it over 1 and 3 zeros. That's over 1,000. If you know your 25 times, like I said, 1, 25 in 100, that will give you 4 in 0. That will give you 0. So you have 1 over 40, which is option A. Moving on to question 15. Express 15 as a percentage of 20. The formula is as over of times 100%. So what is the as? That's 15. And the of is 20 times 100%. This is a direct one. 0 cancels 0. So here 1. So here you have 5. 5 times 5, 25. Carry 2. 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. So you have 75%. Option D. Question 16. Find 7.5%. Percentage means over 100. Of means times. Then 4 kilogram. And everything, if you look at the option, they are in grams. So I have to change this. And you need to know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So this 4 kilogram is equal to 4,000 grams. And then adding it to 300, that will give you 4,300 grams. Then 2 zeros, cancel 2 zeros. So you have 7.5 times 43. And 3 times 5, you have 15, carry 1. 3 times 7, 21 plus 1, 22. 4 times 5, that's 20. 0, carry 2. And 4 times 7, that's 28. Plus 2, that's 30. So you have 5, 2, 2, and 3. But don't forget, we have 1 dpm. So you have to bring the 1 dp back. So this is where the decimal point will be. And don't forget your units. But it's set to 3 significant figure. So 1, 2, 3. So you're going to round this one up. Why are you rounding it up? Because it's up to 5. Number from 5 upward is rounded up. So you add 1 to this. Your final answer is 323 grams. 323 grams. That's option C. Alright, 17. Express 68 as a binary number. So very simple. Just divide all through by binary, which is base 2. So 2 in 6, you have 3. 2 in 8, you have 4. So there is a remainder of 0. So I know the number will end with 0. So already we can say that is D. But just for us to double check our work, let's keep going. 2 in 3, you have 1, remainder 1. 2 in 14, you have 7, remainder 0. 2 again in 17, you have 8, because 2 times 8 is 16, so there's a remainder of 1. 2 in 8, you have 4, there's no remainder, remainder 0. 2 in 4, you have 2, remainder 0. 2 in 2, you have 1, remainder 0. 2 in 1, you have 0, remainder 1. So your answer is from the bottom to the top. So you have 1, 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, and 1 again with 2 zeros. And that's why I picked D from the beginning, saying that only D end with 0. So there's no need for me to waste my time. But just because we're learning, that's why I had to solve to the end. On exam day, go with D and move on quickly. Except you have 2 options that end with 0. That's when you have to proceed. Express 144 as a product of prime factor in index form. So same approach, 144. You're going to divide this number by prime number. What's a prime number? Prime number are a number that has two factors, itself and 1. So starting with the least prime number, 2. 2 in 1 are possible. 2 in 14 you have 7. 2 in 4 you have 2. 2 again can go. 2 in 7 you have 3. Are we good? 2 in you have 6. In 12 you have 6. That's correct. And you proceed. 2 again can go. You have 18. 2 can still go. You have 9. Now 2 cannot go again. Move to the next prime number. And be sure that the next prime number can go, which is 3. And we're sure of that. So 3 in 9, we have 3. And 3 in 3, you have 1. And therefore, you notice 2 appear how many times? 4 times. So you have 2 raised to the power 4. And 3 appear how many times? 3 raised to the power 2. 2 raised to the power 4. 3 raised to the power 2. Option B. Moving on to question 19 rather. We have to change 1, 1, 1, base 2 to base 10. So the unit, under the unit you ascribe a 0 there. Under the tens you ascribe 1, and on you have 2. So how does it work? You pick the number, which is 1, times the base, which is 2, raised to the exponent, that's 2, plus you pick the next one times 2 raised to the power 1, plus you pick the last one times the base raised to the power 0. So 2 raised to the power 2 is 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 1, you still have 4. And 2 raised to the power 1 is 2 times 1, you have 2. And lastly, you have 2 raised to the power 0, which is 1. 1 times 1, you have 1. And 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, you have 7. So your answer is option B. Moving on to numeral 20. If the simple interest on a certain amount for 2 years, so we have our time, 2 years, at 5%, that's the rate. The annum is this, so this is the simple interest. So the question is find the principal. So the formula for principal is simple interest times 100 over rate times time. So let's go. We have simple interest to be 2,400 times 100 over rate, which is 5, the time, which is 2. So look at it, 5 times 2 will give you 10. So just cancel 1 0. There's no need to waste time. 5 times 2 is 10. So the 10 cancel 1 0 in the 100. So you're left with 2,400 times 10. Just add 1 0 to it. And that will give you 24,000. Option B. Moving on to question 21. Subtract 9.65 from. Take note of the word from. That should always come in first. The word from is at the top and 9.65 under. Before you subtract, you have to fill up this with 0. Then you can go ahead. 0 minus 5 is not possible, so I had to borrow from 5 and I'm left with 4 there. Then the 1 we come here and change the number to 10. 10 minus 5, you have 5. Borrow from here, you have 14. 14 minus 6, that will give you 8. Post decimal point. Borrow from here, you have 3. So 11 minus 9, you have 2. Then the 3 come down, so you have 32.85. 32.85, that's option E. Let's go. Question 22. Find the simple interest on, this is the principal, deposited for 2.5 years. This is the time, which we can change to 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, that's 5 over 2. At the rate of 5, 1 over 2%, that's the rate. And 2 times 5, 10 plus 1, 11 over 2. Alright, so the formula for simple interest that we're looking for is principal times rate times time over 100. And what is my principal? That's 15,000. The rate is 11 over 2 and the time is 5 over 2. Don't forget over 100. So 2 zeros cancel 2 zeros. So you're left with 150 times 11 times 5 over 2 times 2. And that will give me 150 times 55 over 4. I think I can, 2 can go. and 2 here you have 75. So I can multiply 75 by 55 and divide by 2 later. 5 times 5, 25, carry 2. 5 times 7, 35, plus 2, 37. And the same process. So you have 5, 7, and 3. So you have 5, this is 2, 12, carry 1, 10 plus 1, 11, carry 1, and you have 4. So what you have here is 4, 1, 2, 5 over 2. How many 2 can go in 4? That's 2. In 1, that's 0. Then combine it in 12, that's 6. How many 2 can go in 5? That's 2. Remainder 1, which you have to introduce a decimal point and add another 0. So how many 2 in 10? You have 5. But because it's money, you have to add another 0. So your answer is 2062 naira 50 kobo. And that's option D. Number 23. Felix bought a car at the rate of 3,088,144 naira. He made a cash payment of 32%. And paid the remaining through bank transfer. How? So bank transfer, you just need to do 100% minus the 32. Are we good? That will give you 68%. So bank transfer is 68%. All right. So the question says, how much was paid through the transfer? So it's just 68%. So what you're doing is 68 over 100 times the money. How much is the money? We have 3,088,144. To avoid stress, I'll just multiply the numerator, then divide it by 100, because it's easier to divide by 10, by 100, by 1000, because you're just moving the 0 backward. You're just moving the decimal point to the left. So let's go. 3,088,144 times 68. All right, 8 times 4, 32. Carry 3. 8 times 4 again, 32. Plus 3, 35. Still carry 3. 8 times 1, 8. Plus 3, that's 11. Carry 1. 8 times 8, 64. Plus 1, 65. Carry 6. 8 times 8, 64. 64 plus 6, 70. Carry 7. 8 times 0, that's 0 plus 7. Then 8 times 3, 24. Then you do the same process with 6. 6 times 4, 24. Carry 2. 6 times 4, 24 plus 2, 26. Carry 2. 6 times 1. That's 6 plus 2, 8. And 6 times 8, that's 48. Carry what? 4. 6 times 8, 48. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Are we together? Carry what? 5. And then 6 times 0, that's 0 plus 5. This. You have your 5. And then 6 times 3, you have 18. All right, so let's add up. You have 2, 9, 7. That's 5 plus 8, you have 13. Carry 1, that's 9. This is 9. This is 9. And this is 0. And this is 2. So you're dividing by 100. Take notes. So we just move the decimal point twice. 1, 2. So this is it. So what's the answer? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have 2,099,000. 2,099,937 naira 92. That's option B. Boom. Moving on to 24. Estimate the sum of the amount. So estimate means to round up first before adding. So the first number here, which is will be rounded up as 11, because 5 is rounded up, then 8 too is up, so this will be 6. Don't forget, this is what I round up, that's plus 1, that's why I have 11. This is what I round up to, that's plus 1, that's why I have 6. So this is what I'm going to round 1, so you have to round this one down, so meaning you're not adding anything, or plus 0, so you have 125. And then you rounded this 2 is rounded down also, so meaning you still have your 16, the number remains the same. This 2 is rounded down, so you still have your 15. So these are all the numbers that we're meant to add together. All right, so this is 6, 5 plus 5, that's 10. 6 plus 3 is 12. And 10 plus 12, that's 22, plus 1, 23. Are we together? 23, that's 2. Remember 2. So 2 plus 1, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have your 7, and you just have 1, and that is it. So you have 173, and the answer is C. Moving on, what is the value of the angle QPR? If you look at it, if I want to construct 60, this is how you construct 60. You draw your compass is here, and at one end you draw it this way, and the same radius you use it to section it into 3 from the middle. And then if you bisect here, which is this, that will give you exactly what we're looking for. Don't forget, from here to here is 60, this is 60, and what we bisect is 60, so it will be 30, 30. So the angle that was bisected here, or that it got after the bisection, is what? 30 degrees. So your answer is B. Moving on to question 26. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 165. How many sides does a polygon have? They gave you the interior, and when one interior is given, what you remember is n minus 2 times 180 over n. So they gave me this as 165 degree, and if you like, you open up the bracket, so you have 180 degree n minus 360 degree over n, cross multiply, so you have 180 degree n minus 360 degree equal to 165 times n, which is 165 n. Now you can rearrange. 165 will go to the side, 360 on the other side. So you have 180 degree n minus 165. Why is it minus? Because any sign that crosses equal sign will change. So the negative 360 will turn to a positive 360 degree. And you subtract borrow 1 from here. 7. 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 6 is 1. And that is it. So you have 15 n degree equal to 360. So the last step, you divide by 15 by 15. 15 cancel 15, so you have n equal to, you can use 5, you can use 3 if you wish. 3 here, 5. 3 in 3, you have 1. In 6, you have 2. In 0, you have 0. And 5 here, 1. 5 in 12, we give you 2. Remember 2. 5 in 20, I will give you 4. So your answer is 24. And that's the number of sides. Boom. Number 27. If n varies inversely as a square of n. If n varies inversely as the square of n. The square of n. So this is the expression. And to remove proportional sign, you introduce a constant. So you have m equal to k over n squared. To remove a proportional sign, you introduce a constant, which is what I did to make an equation of it. Now they said, find the formula connecting m and n, given that m equal to 2. So anyways, m is 2, and n is half. So So you have 1 over 2 all squared. And that'll give you 2 equal to k over 1 over 4. You can cross multiply to find your k. And k will give you 2 times 1 over 2. Sorry, 1 over 4 rather. So k, 2 here 1, and 2 here 2. So you have k equal to 1 over 2. Now that you have gotten k equal to 1 over 2, you will substitute this in the equation that we have here. And that will, meaning anywhere you see k is now what? 1 over 2. So your expression from here will turn to m equal to k is now what? 1 over 2 over what? N squared. So you can just drop down the 2. So you have m equal to 1 over 2 n squared. And the only answer that carries that is option B. Moving on to 28. Which of the following angle cannot be constructed using a ruler? I just show you how to construct 30 and 60 and 90. Is just to bisect this. Whatever you get here, here is 90, here is 90. So this can be constructed. 120, I just said it. When you draw a semicircle and the same radius, you section it into 3 parts. So this is 60, 60. So you can, together you have the whole of this as 120. So this can be constructed, but this cannot. So your answer is option E. Because 140 is 120 plus 20. 20 cannot be constructed using a compass. You can only measure it using protractor. Take note. 29. Find the sum of the interior angle of a polygon with which has 10 sides. The formula for sum of interior is equal to n minus 2 times 180 degree. So since n is equal to 10, so you have 10 minus 2 times 180 degree, and that will give you 8 times 180 degree. So you have a 0, 8 times 8 is 64, 8 times 8 is 64, so we don't write 6, we write 4 carry 6. And 8 times 1, that's 8 plus 6, that will give you 14, and that's 1,440, option B. Moving on to the last one for this part 1. How many triangles can be cut of a pentagon? So this is a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when they ask you this, even though there is a formula which is just n minus 2, that's all. Pentagon, that's 5-sided, so n here is what? 5. So you have 5 minus 2, which is what? 3. You move on quickly. But to sketch it out is to start with any point, any corner. Once you start with any corner, you don't jump the corner. That's your like a reference point. Like a reference point. So if I'm starting with this now, that's my reference point. And I going down from one corner to another, that's 1. And then the same corner to another, that's 2. So I have 1, 2, 3. You can't change the reference point, and that is what they meant by how many triangles can be cut of a pentagon. So the answer is 3. I hope you enjoy the part 1 of the junior Waec. 31 to 60 will come in the next video. Go through this, make sure you understand that you can't fail. B is not an option to my students. It's either A or A. So thank you, and do not forget to share, to like, and to subscribe. Thank you for watching. I sign out.